What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Journey Podcast. Hit that subscribe button, drop a comment. 6,300 subs right now. Need 10K by the end of the year. This episode is brought to you by Evermore Alkaline Water. Huge shout out to them. First company that believed in us.
Yep.
Should be doing some content for them soon, so stay on the lookout. We're gonna do some cool content, spike ball, golf.
Also, I want to talk to them now that we're learning more about being influencers, getting an affiliate code so we can get some discounts on water for you guys. You know, hey, if we can get you this water for as cheap as you would get water at Target and Kroger, go get you some Evermore delicious water. It would support us, and it would honestly fuel you guys and help you guys live a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, I gave Ben Barber a bottle, and he texted me because I told him, I was like, yo, make sure it's cold. I was like, I want you to get the full experience.
Right, yeah.
So he put it in the fridge, and I guess he tried it today. Mm-hmm. And he hit me up, and he was like, yo, that water is fire, bro.
No, it is.
I was like, I told you. And he was like, yo, especially cold. And I was like, yeah, bro, shit hits different. It's very high quality water we got right here.
Delightful.
Delightful. Wednesday night, 10 p.m.
Again.
We got some White Claws.
We certainly got some White Claws. Don't really have too much to talk about tonight. Not too much really on the agenda. I mean, we never really have too much to talk about, but
we just live such a different lifestyle than the majority of people around us.
Yeah, but that's what's cool about it, you know. Bro, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that today. Now that, you know, brand deals are becoming more of a reality. You know, I mean, bro, there's a real world soon where we're getting paid $5K to say, hey, what's going 5K a month to be like, hey guys, this can right here is good. Think about that. That's your job.
Yeah.
You know, you're getting, some people are breaking their backs for that shit, you know? So yeah, I mean, it is a very funny lifestyle that we.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Yeah, I had a conversation today.
It's taken a long time to get here.
Right. Yeah. We don't even think about it just because we're in it. Yeah. You know, but you know, if you watched it from a deeper lens, mm-hmm. You'd be like, yo, these dudes have been going at it for a little while now. You know, still going. But yeah, I had that conversation today, just thinking about just talking about work and mm-hmm. stuff like that, and I was like, because I remembered, I was like, yo, I made a note in my phone saying I'll never work for someone again back mm-hmm. in 2021, just because the fact that someone could go tell me take out the trash and I had to do it, and he only looked at me as that, it just didn't sit right with me, and I talked about that shit today with someone where I was just like, if I would always be ready to just pivot and make a change in my life, with a job or something I'm pursuing. Mm-hmm. One, if I knew yo, this isn't going to be my end all be all. And two, if it's not making me happy, mm-hmm. if I'm miserable doing this shit and it's not making me life-changing money, bro, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Why stick around to do that? A lot of people do that, you know, they just stay in that comfort zone. It was yeah, it's just enough, you know, to keep me afloat. I'm not really that happy, but my boss isn't that much of a dick, you know, I can kind of have fun on the every other weekend. Mm-hmm. And I'm just grateful for the position that we're in, that we have the luxury to be able to do this and live our lives like this and pursue something that we like, because I mean, I commend people that do it, but I couldn't imagine having to do that, bro, because it's a mentally tolling, mentally draining lifestyle for the majority of people.
Bro, it starts early. That mediocre shit, because I'm gonna classify, if you are living, bro, if you're working a job you don't like, I classify you right off rip mediocre. Just mediocre to me. And I'm not saying take all the negative connotation with the word mediocre. I'm not slapping you if I call you mediocre. I'm just saying I classify, maybe you're not mediocre, what you're doing is mediocre. That's just what I classify and I'm allowed to think the thoughts that I think because it's my life, you know. And I was watching Bleed for This last night with Miles Teller. You ever see that?
No.
It's a good movie. It's about Vinny Pazienza, professional boxer. Long story short, knocks out this famous French fighter named Delay. He's on top of the world, champion of the world, like gritty fucking Italian kid from Providence. And right after he wins the belt, he gets in a very horrible car accident. Wakes up and doctor's like, yo, like you'd be lucky if you ever walked again. And basically was like, yo, we have to fuse your spine. If we don't fuse your spine, like basically the doctor was like, yo, you're never gonna fight. You might not even walk again. Like you're not gonna fight again. Yep. You know. And he's like, I'm not doing that. Like, what are the options? So the doctor gave him 2 options. He's like, yo, like we can put you in a halo, which is do you know what that is?
Yeah.
So put you in a halo, which is super dangerous, meaning like if you fall or you slip or
like paralyze
you
yourself,
will paralyze yourself. Yeah. Or you can get your neck fused, which means that it's guaranteed like he'll be able to walk and move around and like live an okay life, but he'll never be able to fight.
Yeah.
So him being a fighter, he's like, give me the fucking halo. You know, so long story short, traditional boxing movie, gets the halo, Rocky-esque, goes through how hard it was and the training, ends up coming back, true story, beats Duran for a title fight like a year after, you know, breaking his fucking neck. And the end of the movie, there's this interview where this lady asks him, like, hey, like, she's like, what's the biggest lie you've ever been told? And he goes, that it's not that simple. And she goes, what do you mean? He's like, well, you know, society tells people that it's not that simple to get people from following their dreams. And that's the lie, is that it's not that simple. Because it is. Because all you have to do is just do it and it's done, you know? And that was so beautiful to me because I think that people don't follow their dreams because they think that it's not that simple. They think it's like going to be this big, huge, complicated process. Nothing about what we've done has been that complicated. It may have taken a long time and there may have been some sacrifices, but it wasn't that hard. Like, we're not performing brain surgery. We're not doing rocket science. Like, all we're really doing is like we just figured out how to work a camera, how to edit, and then how to talk on camera and post online. And realistically, since we've taken it serious, it's really only we've done 100 million views in 10 months. And so we're living proof now of like the concept that like, bro, it is that simple. Like, people just tell you that things aren't that simple because that's what they think. Yeah. And it makes them feel secure about not following their dreams. But it is that simple. Yeah. You know, it is that simple.
Yeah. That's usually what it comes down to is like when people try to shoot your dreams down or shoot, you know, what you have going for yourself, it's because internally they don't really believe in themselves and they don't think that they can do it. So the only way to combat that, make themselves feel a little bit better and stroke their own ego is to put other people down and you know, and throw jabs and throw little subtle remarks at what someone has going for themselves. And, you know, at the end of the day, bro, like, you put your head on that pillow by yourself at night, and you know exactly what you want to do, you know, and then it's up to you to take the right, you know, steps and put yourself in the position to be able to achieve those things. But yeah, I mean, like that movie, I mean, that's like just, I mean, that's all the movies, you know what I'm saying? Think of all the, like the hero journey movies. It's like everyone doubted you. Everyone told you couldn't do it. Yeah. Your back was against the wall. You hit rock bottom, and then you prevailed. You persevered through like all the adversity and all the tough times.
Question for you. Why are you pursuing this so heavily?
I mean, right now, bro, like, I think what this could do for me in my life is it's giving me the highest there is no ceiling. There is no ceiling in this. Like, we could take this thing as far as we want to take it. If I like, you know, I could take over my dad's business, right? If I wanted to. There's a ceiling, you know. Like, could I scale it? Sure. But there's a ceiling. I have a media, journalism, communications degree. college? Could I go get a journalism job and media job and some news company, media outlet? Yeah. Sure. Mm-hmm. I'm still relying on someone else to pay me. Yeah. Basketball, I hit my ceiling. I only got so far with basketball, you know. With this, there is no ceiling. So like I just see the potential in what this thing could be. Yeah. I've also put so many hours and so much time, and I've told so many people that this is going to be the thing where it's like now I have to like live up to that. You know, we've almost talked so much about this where it's like we have to do it now. Mm-hmm. You know, we kind of have to. There is no, and that was one thing we spoke about on one episode where it's like, this is the one thing that we've never even had the slightest bit of, you know, thought to like be like, should we try something else? Mm-hmm. Like not once. Mm-hmm. And I think, and like all that being said, I really enjoy this. Mm-hmm. And like, this is just one thing that I think I was put here to help people. I think I was put here to, you know, be like a leader, be a voice. I've always felt that way since I was a kid, mm-hmm. to just be there for people. And I've always done it, but I've always done it on just a smaller scale because mm-hmm. I only had the reach of the people around me. Yeah. And now with the platform that we have and like the power that this thing brings, like now I have the power and the reach to reach millions of people by just sitting right here and talking. So I really do enjoy that aspect of it because, like, yeah, I want things for myself and I want to live a nice life and there is a bunch of things I want to accomplish and things I want to do. Mm-hmm. But I do get a lot of joy out of helping other people and making other people's lives better, making other people's lives easier. If I have something that can benefit or change someone's life, if I can save one person or change one person's life, like that's a pretty cool thing that kind of goes unnoticed a lot. And I don't think the people that the people that change people's lives on the day to day, like they don't even realize the impact that they're having on other people's lives. You know, I don't think we do either. Mm-hmm. 'Cause it's not like in front of you where you can like really see it, but it's just something for me where it's like, hey, like this isn't an accident, you know? This whole thing is not an accident, so I'm not gonna fight what feels right, you know. I don't know. What about you? Because I know like you've been one to, like you've said, like jump ship on things or bounce around, try a bunch of different things. Like you had digital marketing, videography, influencing, modeling, acting. You know what I'm saying? You name it. Like there was all these things, but like since the podcast was something, it's always been this was like always a lane. So like I mean, yeah. What for you is the reason?
Yeah, you know, bro, it's something I never really think about because it just is, you know, it just is like, yeah, you know, it's just it's a question I wanted to ask you because I felt like it would spark a good conversation, but like now that it's like being presented to me, it's just bro, it really just feels like this is my purpose, you know, this, and it's a non-negotiable, you know. I was thinking about this question a little bit today in the gym because I didn't know I was going to ask you like why do you do this podcast, but like I had the thought of asking you like what drives you, but like just like, you know, it's funny, like what drives you, you know?
Yeah.
And then I thought about like what drives me, and bro, I don't even know that like this has been a very weird thing, bro, that there hasn't been any motivation or inspiration. It's just something that I do. Like it's in my DNA, you know. It's bro, if it was up to my mind, I would have jumped ship a long time ago cuz like you said, like bro, I've done modeling, I've done this thing, I've done that thing, and in my mind, I'm such a goddamn overthinker that like it's so easy for me to jump ship. But like in terms of this, like what we do, also, bro, I just believe in it, you know? I believe in it. Like, I'm with you. I believe in it. And then another thing, too, like, bro, it's just fun. Like, this is, like, the thing. It's a cool thing, bro. Like, when like, I can't even believe. Like, today was, like, supposed to be a little bit of a celebration episode because, you know, brand deals are starting to roll in. We were going to celebrate, not maybe tomorrow we'll get something, but like I know that the day is going to come where we're getting a 5K brand deal, and then a 10K brand deal, and then a 20K brand deal, and then 100K. We start our own brand. Now we're making 100K, and then we have like, and it all comes from doing something that we already do.
Yeah.
Like I can't even believe that we can make money doing this. Like, it's going to feel like such a hack in life. Like, I feel like I'm going to be so happy, bro, when I'm able to take girls on dates and I'm able to get the car I want and just small shit, bro. Get the groceries I want just because we're doing something we already do. It's like, imagine somebody paying you because you go to the gym and you brush your teeth. Like, I'm going to do that every single day anyway. Like, now we're getting paid for it. It's like a hack. And I think that's going to be, I look forward, question for you. Do you think that we're going to be less inspirational when we have money?
Nah, there's no way. Just because of like the way we did it. You know, the way that we did it was just so unconventional, and it was just so written that I think it would only add to it. Because I mean, we made a promise, I think back in Miami, on one of the episodes, to like never forget, you know, where we came from and never change who we are. And I mean, hey, is it going to be tough? Maybe, you know, maybe when like money is there and status is there and this is there. Sure. I'm sure it is going to be tough, but we say it a bunch. Like, we're just those guys. And like, at the end of the day, we're good people, you know? So I don't think less. I think it would just give people more, you know? I think it would give people more inspiration to be like, because the reason this works is because we are the everyday guys. We are the people that people can relate to. We are the people that, you know, people see themselves in us. Mm-hmm. And like what you were saying, where it's like, it's going to feel good when we get there and do this. And it's just like, this just is, right? Like, we just do what we do and we enjoy it. And I mean, like, to bring it back to like, take it away from us and bring it to like people listening. It's like what you said on the start, like, it is that simple of like, you know, like, really sit down and think about what you want to do with your life. Like, what makes you happy? What brings you joy? And it's like, try it. Surround yourself with people that have done it. Get into rooms with people that know what they're doing or know something in the field that you want to pursue. Like, whatever it is, like, try it, you know, like, and like, we're about, like, we are and are going to be like living proof that it is a thing. Like, I wasn't a good like, I didn't know what podcasting was. Yeah. I did not know what podcasting was, like, because I'm sure we have a bunch of new followers from now, but like, I forgot what episode it was, somewhere in the 40s or 50s, where we did the Origin app, right? But like, it literally, I don't know, 3 years ago, I've never watched a podcast a day in my life. Yeah. I came across your story. It was a podcast of an artist that we used to listen to when I was a kid in middle school. I was in a dark place. The clip resonated with me. I felt something, so I tapped into it. Yeah. In a week, I watched probably 30 episodes of his pod, and something clicked in my mind. I want to do this. And then I just started it. I had no idea what I was doing. I hired my boy who's like a music producer who had a camera to start this, and you know, we used one mic, and I'm like nervous the whole episode, and like I'm like fucking like nervous, like scratching my face while I'm talking, you know, I'm stuttering. I had no idea what I was doing. But what I did was, bro, I threw out the opinions of other people. Yeah. I didn't give a fuck what anyone else thought of what I wanted to do. Everyone is going to say things, make fun of you, put you in group chats. And what did I do? I don't give a fuck. Do it. The more you talk about me, the more you're keeping my name relevant. And I just did it because I wanted to do it, not because someone else told me to do it or someone else told me to do something else. No, I did it because I was like, hey, I want to try this. I'm going to go all in, and I'm going to try to make it. And that's all it came down to. And was it scary? Yeah, absolutely. Bro, like, all that shit is scary, you know? All that shit, like starting something new or doing something, putting yourself out there, like, yeah, that shit is scary. Yeah, that shit is nerve-wracking. Yeah, you're going to be nervous. Are you going to think about like, yo, like what are people saying about me in the beginning? Yeah, absolutely I did. But I didn't care enough to act on it and allow other people's opinions to like take me off my path or take me from what I was doing. And I mean, in real shit, bro, like we did, you know, I don't know, in the first 14 episodes, you probably did about 5. You know, after your origin app, like your guest app, you probably did like 4 or 5, like other than that as like co-hosting. And then, bro, the pod stopped for 6-7 months. Yeah. It almost was gone. Like this really wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Almost wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Which is, it's crazy to think
about. Crazy. That is crazy to think about.
You know what I'm saying? Like that is really crazy to think about. And then, you know, you came back from Miami.
Yeah.
We shot a wide shot right there. I remember you had the Missouri State Adidas jacket on.
We shot it right there.
Yeah, right here. I was pointing on the couch. Yeah, we were here. We used a shotgun mic.
Yeah.
You had sunglasses on, the mullet, the Missouri State.
Yeah.
I had on the Avengers shirt. I had just got my tattoo sleeve.
Fire.
And I remember I labeled the episode like Selfless Films Takes on Miami.
Yeah.
You know, and it was your first time back after being in Miami.
Fuck.
And then we had, you know, Femi on, Tony, Avi, and then you went back, and then I did a few more internals here. Yeah. You know, I would come here and just do it without you. You were still in Miami.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, like we start doing it more and more and more, and then boom, it clicked, you know. But like the thing is, like, bro, we put our minds to something and we didn't give up.
Yeah. It took from that point. It's crazy to think about. Basically another 80 fucking episodes. Because you said 14.
Episode 14 was Kilmer.
That's crazy.
Episode 15, bro, real shit, was my project for school that I shot a podcast on.
It's crazy,
that the teacher gave me a terrible grade on because she said, "What do you know about making money? How do you know that money buys you happiness? Have you ever made money?" That's what the professor said to me after me and you did a whole production podcast. You know what I'm saying? That was episode 15 that we dropped on YouTube. A school project.
Fuck, man. Nah, you're right. I wanted to ask you that question, you know, because I in some ways think that God used us and was like, yo, like I'm going to put you through shit for like this whole like 3-4 years. Because, bro, it really wasn't. It wasn't that. It definitely was not easy. It was simple.
It would have been easy to stop.
Because that's the easy thing to do is quit.
Yeah.
Quitting is easy. Yeah. So like if I were to look at you, like here you are, random person. I'm here looking at you and I'm like, yo, you can achieve anything you want in life. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be simple. Everybody just likes easy, you know, like, bro, we want easy. Like we want, what is that? Why do you think so much people want easy in their life? What is that? I think, bro, it starts in the fucking school system. Like I think like human beings are just genetically and fucking scientifically, and we're just molded to be mediocre. And you know what's funny, bro? I was watching a bunch of old podcasts, and I used to say that word mediocre a lot because it was like back when like I was coming up, I didn't give a fuck, like, bro, because I was posting self-help content 4 years ago, just staring down a camera and being like, you can achieve anything you want, you know? And like that was I know for a fact, bro, I was getting thrown around in group chats too, but bro, I didn't care. Like someone asked me that. I was on someone else's podcast and they asked me, they're like, yo, like, was it weird getting on camera? And I'm like, to be honest with you, not really, because bro, like once I decided I was going to follow my dreams, I was the conviction that I had and like, bro, this is who the fuck I am. And it's like, yo, you like it or you don't, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm going to do this goddamn thing. But I remember, bro, just being pissed off at society. It wasn't even like, I wasn't pissed off at my hometown. I wasn't pissed off by my old bosses. I was pissed off at the entire system that life to me felt like this beautiful, precious thing, bro. We're supposed to enjoy ourselves, right? Like the joy that you would get from being a kid and cracking your first Four Loko, the joy you would get from going to that Sweet 16 and like ripping the dance floor, like the joy you would get from going on a vacation and meeting like that cute girl for the first time, like finding your first love. It just seemed to me like we were at a point, bro, when we were 23, 24 years old, and everybody was just giving up on that beautiful feeling. Everybody was just like, yo, all right, well, I'm an accountant. I'm gonna work 40 hours a week. I'm gonna live for the weekend. And I'm looking at my friends, bro, and like I don't like, bro, like it's not, they're just not happy, And I was looking at everyone, and I need to be happy because it's, bro, like I can't justify being here if I'm not happy. I know that sounds what would be the word? I guess vain, but like it's just, bro, like I can't, like I'm a passion person. I love passion, and I was seeing everybody that I knew was giving up on their passion, and it made me think, like, bro, why do 99% of people hate their lives? Maybe it's not their fault. It's just ingrained in us. So many people have been congratulating us, like, oh, great job, guys, on the podcast. And I was thinking about that, and I was like, bro, like, you should be congratulated, but you're just too scared to follow your dreams. Like, you should be congratulated. Like, bro, like, fuck me. Take me out of the equation. Take the person you admire out of the equation. If you admire, like, if you admire LeBron James or Derek Jeter or Serena Williams, you're supposed to be that good at something. Like, you spend all this time admiring people and like wanting to be like them, and it's like you can be like them. You just need to be brave enough to do it. Like, I don't think, bro, like when for me, because what we do, like, I asked you before, why do you do this? What drives you, vice versa. And, the answer that we essentially came up with is like, bro, like we're not even driven. Like, this is just what we do. So because it was so easy for us to find our purpose, I know that it's that easy for everybody else. They're just lying to themselves and saying that it's not.
Well, that's where like delayed gratification comes into play.
Yeah.
And it's like we live in this microwave society where like people want to start something and they want to see immediate results. Mm-hmm. So like there's probably a lot of people that, are in that category that you're talking about that have started a passion play, but they just didn't give it enough time, and then they gave up on it, and then, there was that realm of like comfortability in security in like a regular job, right? Where like that's like I spoke about it on that one pod. Chris Williamson talked about it. He brought it up in the Alex Hormozi pod again, where it's called like region beta paradox, where a worse situation is better for you than a better situation. Mm-hmm. Because when you're in a position of fear and scarcity and starving and rock bottom, you have to take action to get yourself out of that, or you're gonna fail. You're gonna be, what I'm saying? Like you're gonna crumble. So like a worser situation is better for you. But the people that are in like that middle gray area, they don't have anything to make them get out of it, because it's like what I said earlier. It's like the job provides enough stability where they can live somewhat of a happy life, right? The boss isn't that much of an asshole. He's tolerable. Mm-hmm. The girl that you're with she's pretty, but she's probably not the love of your life, but it's comfortable. And society tells you to be with a woman and start a family. So you're just kind of going with it because it's safe. A lot of people need to be to have a rock bottom to be able to take action. And like, that's why we were fortunate and blessed enough to be able to have those things in our life that fueled us to understand that it was like, hey, we have been in a dark place in our life, but we know that there's certain actions that we have to take to like get ourselves out of there. And we know that when you do take those actions, it puts you in a way better position than you were even before you got there. And that's the thing that like I was going to ask you before when you were like, why do people maybe do that or stuff like that? And it's like, this is what we do, but it's like why, like, it's like weird. Like, why was this put in us? You know, like, why did we have this calling, right? And like, and that's what brings me, like, bro, the first self-help book I ever read was like The Alchemist and like The Omens. And I think a lot of people are just so distracted and they're so just brain fog and they're just so worried about what's next and what other people are doing that they're not even looking what's right next to them, the opportunity that can completely change their life. Like, I saw that, like, that clip of Mike, and like, I don't know, like I felt something inside tell me like, yo, like, you should go do this. There was something. I listened to it. Like, when you have that intuitive feeling, good or bad, and you feel something like that is out of your control, like, you need to act on it. Like, I truthfully believe like that is your connection with God. That's your connection with the universe. And you have to act on it quick, because in life there's windows and everyone has a different size window. Some people can wait a little longer. Others, your window is small, and once that window closes, like, it'll never open again. And you have to take action on that. You can't be like oblivious to those feelings. God, the universe, whatever you believe in, does not place those things in your heart on accident. Yeah. There's like, a lot of these things are designed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I truthfully, like, I'm a big believer in that. Like, there's a reason, bro, I see the time 3:57 every single day for the last 14 years. There has not been one day. 14 years.
Yeah, you know, I see that shit all the time, bro. All the time. It's like my new thing. Like, it used to be 12:18 for me, yo. Now it's 3:57.
3:57, bro.
I'm about to get it tatted on me.
For real. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, yeah, the average guy, you know, could be like, he's like, bro, like,
oh,
you're crazy, bro. You just notice it. You're looking out for it. It's like, you know, sure, if that's the perspective that you and the outlook you want to have on life, good. Let me know where that takes you. But me, nah, 3:57, bro. Every time I see it, and whatever situation I'm in, I'm like, oh, something's right? Like, that's my mom with me. That's God with me. That's the universe with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, the smallest little things. I've been to the casino before at 3:57 in the morning. Throw it on green, on zero, on Russian roulette, hits. You know, little things like that where I'm like, that wasn't an accident. And so I think that's what it really comes down to. A lot of people just like, they shy away. They shy away from those signs in their life. Because one, they're either like just completely, you know, distracted and they have no idea what's going on. Or, I mean, I don't know, maybe it could scare them, or maybe like they don't, you know, like, I'm sure there's a lot of people that feel an urge to go start something, or they feel an urge of like a calling. Yeah. And they don't act on it.
Oh, I didn't see you there. It's your cousin Jake. I hope you guys are enjoying this episode. I just wanted to give a huge shout out to our favorite sponsor, our first sponsor, and the best sponsor, and more than a sponsor, family. I've drank a lot of water in my life, and this is by far my most favorite water I've ever drank. And your boy's a former Division I athlete, so that says a little something. You can find this online, evermore.com. They got a store locator. It's probably in a store near you. I'm telling you guys, it's absolutely delicious. If you guys tag the Journey Podcast on Instagram, take a picture that you actually got one of these in your supermarket, we'll send you a free case and maybe even a little extra money on top of that. Much love from the Journey Podcast. Keep enjoying the episode. I'm sure it's a banger.
Bro, I'm going to keep it real with you, with people that don't notice signs. I'm a little drunk right now, and I'm looking at you, and I'm like, bro, life is insane. Yeah. Like, yo, if you really think there isn't a bigger purpose or a plan or, like, a higher intelligence behind this entire thing, I'm honestly curious. Like, how did you get to that point? Like, how did you believe that this life that you're given isn't insane, you know? Like, I love living my life that way. It's not even that I love living my life that way. It's like almost like a knowing. Like, bro, I say it all the time. Like, one of my favorite spiritual teachers of all time, Wayne Dyer, is like, bro, you want to see God? Look at a snowflake. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know, like a hack of life is like, bro, you want to live in wonder. You want to like look at a tree and be like, holy shit, bro, this thing is sick, you know? And you could really do that. Like you said before, like, bro, you see the signs, you see the 357, and you see that, and you're like, man, God is with me. My mom is with me that died, you know, like, and you know, there's other people out there, like you just said, there's other people out there that would be like, oh, bro, you're just being crazy, or, you know, all that spiritual stuff is nonsense. And like you said, it's like, bro, like if you can genuinely say that living your life that way is benefiting you, by all means go for it. But I know for a fact that it's not, because, bro, there has to be a bigger purpose behind all this thing. And that's one of the things that makes me feel the best when I'm having a bad day and then something happens that's just way too perfect to happen. It's almost like I've seen it before, and I'm like, okay, God, you exist. You know? You exist. Like, and then it makes me feel good, because it's like, okay, I have problems in my life. I do. I have problems, and I hate them. I hate them. I'm afraid of them. But God's got my back. God's got my back, you know? So like when I like now, bro, like when I have problems, I'm just like, I immediately snap out of it, because I'm like, okay, like I had a problem, right? And then I talked about it, and then I talked about it on camera, and then I gained another 30,000 followers, and now a brand is hitting me up to sponsor the podcast. You know, like, and take the vanity out of it. It's not even about that. It's just like, I'm saying, like, bro, like, I've just seen, like, okay, like, it's, remove the podcast. I have just seen, anytime there is a problem in my life, whenever I can accept it and move on, I'm like, oh, it's because if this didn't happen, this wouldn't have happened. We talk about it on every single podcast. We're broken freaking records, but it's like, dude, if like, that's the record I want to play, of like, yo, like, let's dial it in our heads. Like, bad shit has to happen to you, you know? Like, bro, we are living proof that bad shit, still to this day, I'm going to say it again, I've said it a million times, I sleep on the goddamn floor every night. Half of the past 4 years, I've been sleeping on the floor. And again, my bank account has been goddamn negative. And again, I am in terrible pain every single day with a back injury. And then let's count all of the heartbreak and bullshit and things in between, and people that promised things that weren't there. And I'm grateful for all of it. Every single time I pray to God, you know what I say? God, I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change any of it. Because, bro, I am so grateful. Because I have no idea what's good or bad. I have no idea what's good or bad. If my arm got chopped off tomorrow and it made me a better motivational speaker and it helped people change their lives, people that were really depressed, you know what? I don't need an arm. I'm down, you know? Like, so, it's just cool. It's freaking, hey, bro, it's damn, like, now that I'm drunk, bro, I'm getting fucking fired up. Like, it's damn cool, you know, bro. And fuck the clips, throw the clips out the window, like, just for me and you. And like, that's what's been cool about the past 2 episodes. We've just been talking, me and you, and like, bro, I didn't get one clip. I got one clip last episode. It wasn't even that good, you know. But like, it's just been cool, like, to see. And that's why when the long form is built, it's gonna be really cool, so we can just talk.
Yeah.
But last thing, it's just cool for us. Like, our purpose is helping others, and you know what, bro, we've done a damn good job of it, so we do deserve some brand deals, because we've helped a lot of fucking people.
Yeah I like when you were talking about what I said with, like, if you want to live your life like that, you know, like, good luck and stuff like that. I mean, I just thought, I'm like what kind of life is a life without some type of belief or faith that, like, there's something else guiding you.
Yeah.
If you want to just live your life of like, yo, I'm here for, you know, I'm here for X amount of time, X amount of years, and the time I did here is all I got, and I die, and they bury me 6 feet under, and that's it. There's nothing else. What kind of life is that? Even if there is nothing else after this, I want to believe there is, because it gives me hope. It gives me some type of motivation. It makes me feel something that like there is more. There is something after this. There is people, you know, people that pass that are watching us. There is a higher power guiding us through this thing. Like, that's kind of what makes life exciting. And that helps you get through those bad times, because you tend to believe that it's like, oh, this is just a lesson that I've been through before. And, you know, the universe is testing me and preparing me for what's to come. If you don't have any faith or any belief in anything, every bad thing that happens in your life, you're going to say like, why me? Pity me, you know, like feel bad for me. My life sucks. That's no life to live. You need to look at the bad times, the dark times in your life as an opportunity. And that's what I've done my entire life. Every single time something has got bad and I've been in a terrible position, I've persevered and I grew from it and I learned from it. I became a better person. I became a better friend. I became a better partner. I became a better athlete, and whatever it was, like every single time, like I bounced back and came back stronger, because like I know like this isn't the end of my story. A lot of people, like when they hit rock bottom and bad things start to happen in their life, like they think that's the end of their story, and it's like, nah, like this is where your story begins. This is your hero journey. This is where the story starts, because you had to go through this to get to where you want to be. And a lot of people can't hone in on that and accept that. And I don't know where that comes from, and every single person is different. Like you, me, the 8 billion people in the world, we're all different. We all think different. We all have unique characteristics about ourselves and how we carry ourselves. And I completely understand that. But you have to understand that like life is tough, you know? Life is tough. Things aren't going to go your way. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs. You're going to lose people. You're going to get hurt. Your parents are going to die. You're going to have friends that die. You're going to fucking get fired from your job. You're going to get cut from that team. You're not going to fucking get the dream thing. And it's like, what does quitting do for you? What does accepting that reality do for you in your life? It keeps you there. Acceptance of your reality, all that does is just keeps you there. All you have to do is just like keep pushing the needle forward. And you know, we're just living proof of that, of everything we've done. And if anyone can grab like a nugget from that, it's like, bro, like the bad things you're going through right now, it's not the end of the world. I promise. It may seem like it. It may seem like this is something that you can't recover from. It may seem like this is what your life is supposed to be. I promise you, it's not. Yeah. There's so much more for you to do. There's so much more for you to be able to accomplish. Like you are so much more than your current situation. You just have to find it. You have to dig deep within and find it. And that's what I was going to ask you, where it's like, you talked about, like, you were like, I wouldn't change a thing. And I said this before. We actually, like, we never dropped this episode. It was at the Michael Bridges camp.
Yeah.
But I saw this thing, and it was like, if God told you all the shit that you was going to have to go through, would you... If God told you all the shit you had to go through to finally reach your dreams, would you still do it? And the answer for most people is like, they wouldn't do it, because there's going to be a bunch of shit that you're going to have to go through that if you knew it was going to happen in your life, you'd be like, I don't want to do this shit. That's a lot. That's a lot for me to handle. That's a lot for a human to handle. On paper, it seems like a lot. But you have to think, like, along the way, like, you're chipping away, and like every single thing you get over, you're becoming a new version of yourself. Pieces of you die and a new version of you is reborn. Your perspective changes, new outlook. So it's like, would you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, if God told you all the shit you had to go through to get to this point right now, would you go through it? That's kind of a tough question. It really is. To get to where we're at right now.
Bro, I'll never forget. I wish you were there, man. I wish you were there, bro. I'll never forget when I first got my anxiety. Bro, it was so confusing. Cause bro, it was just like, yeah, I was regular. New York, Long Island, good-looking jock, Division I athlete. No anxiety, no depression ever. All of a sudden, my arm is numb. My heart's racing. The side of my face is going numb. Bro, once you get to the hospital, it's not so scary because you're like, all right, I'm safe. But to go back to the hospital and to go back to the hospital and then to go back to the hospital. Bro, I can't wait for this podcast to be big so people can have me on their podcast because, bro, I wrote a whole fucking article about the shit. You know, the hero of your personal legend. Yeah. Shout out The Alchemist. Like, but I don't speak about it because, bro, I shelved it. Like, I put it away. I was like, bro, I'm not going back to the place that I was in when I was this person with fucking extreme anxiety. I'm gonna continue. Cheers. Bro, I felt when I originally got anxiety, I thought my life was over. I thought it was over, bro. Like, yo, between me and you, like, bro, I didn't, like, it's such a crazy feeling because you literally feel like you're having heart attacks all day, you know? I'm an athlete, bro. I know my body. Like, bro, I couldn't. It was the first time in my life, like, I was, bro, I couldn't work. I remember, bro, I worked my entire life. I love working. I love going to work. I've worked at PacSun. I've worked in restaurants. I've bounced. I've done, bro, this and that. Bro, there was a time in my, bro, when I first got anxiety, I took off work for an entire month, bro, and I sat on the couch in fetal position. In fetal position, bro. I remember, bro, I was watching The Punisher, and from the gunfire going off, it sent me into a fucking panic. And here I am, 2 months before this, Division I athlete, Missouri State, stud, warrior. 2 months later, bro, I'm going to the fucking hospital for God knows what. Every other day it was. You know, it was I couldn't even believe, bro. It's unbelievable. Even to look back on it now, the fear that I was in, because, bro, when that shit was happening to me, I had no tools. I didn't have any tools. I couldn't meditate. I couldn't journal. I wasn't going for a walk. I wasn't calling you. All the things that I do now, if I start to spiral, it was just God was like, all right, you're going to suffer. You are going to suffer. And long story short, you asked me, you said, hey, if God gave me a piece of paper and was like, yo, this is what you're going to have to go through to get to this point, would you do it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would not do it, bro. Because I enjoyed being a regular person and going to bars and hitting on chicks and having a stable job. I enjoyed that. So it's almost like, bro, like me following my dreams, like now that I'm thinking about it, it's almost like I'm just trying to survive. You know? It's like me following my dreams, like it sounds sexy. Oh, he's following his dreams. He's doing all this. But it's almost like I held on to it because it took the fear away. You know, it took the fear away, but But no, I mean, I will say that I will say that I now know, bro, looking back on that, if you asked me before it happened, would I relive it? Absolutely. If you asked me before it happened, would I do it? Absolutely not. But now that it's been 4 years since then, and I was able to cure, I haven't had a panic attack, bro, in 4 years. You know, I haven't been to the hospital in 4 years. I was going every other day 4 years ago. You know. Sorry. So now, like, bro, now that I'm saying it, bro, I'm just so grateful, you know? And that's why, like I said before, every single time I pray to God, bro, I don't ask for anything. I don't ask for a single thing. Because I'm just like, everything you do, like, it's perfect. It's perfect, bro. So yeah, I long story short, I wouldn't have done it, but I'm goddamn glad that it happened the way it did, bro. And I guess I want to put the ball in your court, right? Like, would you, like, if before this entire thing happened, would you do it?
No. Yeah, no. I would sacrifice this where I'm at right now to have my mom back. Of course, bro. What? You know? Bro, I would do anything. I would do anything to have my mom back. Literally anything. It's the one thing in my life that, like, I'll never get to experience. Like, my mom never got to watch me play college basketball. My mom never got to watch me graduate. My mom never got to see me grow up and become like a young man, you know? So no, absolutely not. I love this pod and everything, but it's just like, I mean, I at least would have wanted to experience it, you know? That's what bothers me the most. It's like, I didn't even get a chance, you know? Like, I didn't get a chance to experience that aspect of life. But like you said, like, I mean, God, you know, God doesn't make mistakes and stuff like that. And it's easy, you know, it's easy to, like, it's really easy when times are bad to go to God and ask him for all these answers and pray and do all this. And then when times are good, we never do it, you know, and when good things happen in our life, we never want to pray or speak and say thank you. We only want to ask for help when we're going through a bad time. And that's, I mean, that's just something that like, I want to do a better job of, you know, because I, like, you know, when things are going bad, like, I want to ask for help and stuff like that. But, you know, more often than not, you know, things are good. I'm very fortunate, you know, in the position that I am in. And, I mean, yeah, in that situation, bro, like, no, I wouldn't trade that, but it's just like, I mean, like, for me, it did so much for me, you know. It did do, like, if it had to happen, like, it just happened, you know. It happened at the right time. Like, I would never want to try to go through that right now versus going through it as a 12-year-old, you know. Like, I mean, bro, like, I mean, I don't even know if like, bro, I remember that night, like, vividly, bro, like, literally, like, start to finish, where it was like, because it was a weird process in the fact of, like, I remember, like, I remember that whole, like, 6 months, honestly, and, like, that shit in general, for me to remember 14 years later, was torture in itself. That, like, I look back and, like, I feel bad for the 12-year-old that had to go through that shit, you know? Like, that 12-year-old me needed the 26-year-old me to be able to get through that. And, like, he didn't have him. So when I look back and I think about I was in 6th grade. I came home from school and my mom and dad are sitting there and I can tell something's off. And then they tell me mom has cancer. As a 12-year-old, cancer, immediately you think death. I run to my room. I'm crying, Then the hospital, then the doctor's visits, right? We're going and things are okay. And then it gets to the chemotherapy. And now I'm listening every single night to my mom throwing up in the toilet, puking from the radiation. And I would put a pillow over my ears to stop from hearing her go through this pain. Then it got to the point where she had to be in a hospital, to the cancer research hospital in Manhattan. And I would go there, 2-3 times a week after school to see her. And I'd bring her flowers every time. And then they botched a surgery in her voice box. So I couldn't speak to her anymore because she couldn't speak. So I would go and speak to her and she would have to write notes. I couldn't even speak to her. They fucked up a surgery. Then it got to the point where they basically said, hey, like we thought this was a lesser stage of cancer, but it's really stage 4 and she has X amount of time to live. So now we got to move her to a hospice. And I'll never forget that car ride home from Manhattan where my dad, like, I didn't know, right? Like they told my dad. So we're driving home, we're on the LIE, bro, and he just pulls over and just breaks down. And I'm like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, we just saw mom. Like, she was in good spirits. Like, she always tried to, like, be strong for me. And I'm like, what happened? And he basically said, like, hey, like, it's going to happen. Like, she's going to die. And that was the moment for me where, like, it hit me. And now she moves to the hospice. And now, like, you can't even, like, recognize her of, like, what she looks like, bro. Like, she was maybe 75 pounds. And now I'm sitting there, like, as a 12-year-old, like, bro, I was scared to go in there. Scared, bro. Like, literally, like, terrified to go in there. And, like, she was still fighting, bro. Like, she wouldn't even allow the nurse to, like, make her use the bathroom. Like to help her use the bathroom. She would go in there, like, she would probably fall down or fucking do that because, like, she was like, I'm not using a diaper. She was, like, that strong. Like, I'm not going to use a fucking diaper. And bro, yeah. And then she didn't want me to see her like that. So I'm sitting there and it's 3 a.m. and I hear the front door slam. So I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I go upstairs, my dad's gone. So I'm like, okay. Maybe an hour and a half later, 2 hours later, I don't know, it's middle of the night. I get a knock on the door. It's my uncle. And I'm like, fuck, bro. Like, I didn't even get to go say goodbye. I was 12, bro. See my uncle, and I just look at him, and he's just like. So then I'm sitting there, and I'm waiting for my dad. I walk in. I walk in the living room. My dad comes in. I just look at him, bro. And I'm just like, fuck. I'm thinking this as a 12-year-old. I'm just like, I don't know what to think. So then I go, bro, I sit in the living room, bro, and I'm just sitting there. I'm not crying. I'm not doing anything. I'm literally just sitting there. Everyone's coming in, like, consoling me and doing all this shit. And, bro, I didn't know what to think, And then I just remember my dad saying, like, the last thing he did was, like, he held her. And the last words that she said to him was, like, thank you. Because, like, he did everything, he did everything he could. And, like, a tear dropped down from, like, her eye, like, after she passed. Like, she died, like, in his arms. And, fucking insane story. And it's like, I had to go through that at 12. That was the information that I had to receive as a fucking middle schooler, I took a week off from school, and I'm sitting in math class with you that next week,
Yeah.
And dudes is worried about, like, getting a 75 on their math test, and I'm sitting there like, fuck, So, and it's like, like, I mean, like, yeah, I get emotional with it, but, like, I can say that whole story right now, like, bro, I didn't even really shed a tear, and it's like, it made me so crazy. So it's like, I mean, to get into all that, like, that's why my answer was so fucking quick. No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't fucking do that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't wish my worst enemy have to go through that. And if I had to choose between then and now, I don't know what the fuck I would do if I had to go through that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and you get heartbroken over fucking...
Over nothing.
Over nothing.
Over strippers.
You know? Like...
Yeah.
So could you imagine that, you know? Like, and that's why, bro, I'm just fortunate to just be... To be able to be this strong-minded and, like, this, you know... resilient in like what I'm doing is like, it's like, because like, hey, like, bro, I went through some like real traumatic shit as a little kid, you know, and it was like everything else that gets thrown my way. I mean, bro, it's fuck it, you know, like, bro, I got through that. I got through that and like still could smile at the end of the day. I still could go with my boys and have a good time, you know, like I still could like enjoy myself and enjoy my childhood and do things like that. So it was just something for me that like, nah, bro, I wouldn't trade that shit, because like that shit was, it's tough, bro. You know, it's that's something that we all do have to go through. You know, if you the life goal is to outlive your parents, you know, and that's something that everyone's gonna have to go through at some point in their life, and it's a sad thing, bro. And that's just that's the part of life, you know. That's really like a part of life that like. It's a sad truth, but it's just it's a reality that you have to accept. Yeah. You know, and you can do your best to not think about it. You can do your best to try to avoid it. You can do your best to do that. But it's something that we're all gonna have to go through, God willing, that we outlive our parents. You know, and I saw a thing wrap up with this where it was like, you know, like usually like when you move out and do things like that. You know, say your parents are in their 50s or 60s, you're like, hey, you know, we got another 20, 25 years. And it's like, no, like you only come home 4 times a year. You know, you come home 3-4 times a year to see your parents. You don't have 20 years with your parents. Yeah. You might have another 50 to 60 times that you see them. Think about that. People think, no, I got time. I got 20 years. I got 30 years, you know? No, you don't. And that's throwing fucking, you know, tragedies and crazy things out the window. Right. That's just, you know, based off like life expectancy. Yeah. It's like, so, I mean, if anyone, whoever's listening, you, everyone, like, you know, it's just like, yo, like, don't take your loved ones and shit for granted, bro. Cause like they could be here and gone tomorrow and there's nothing you can do about it. There's a lot of things in life that like you can take action on, but death is one of those things that like you can't do shit about it. Once it happens, and you gotta fucking accept it.
Yeah, let's end it there.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to dive into anything else. You know, I don't know how to dive into.
I have a question for you. How did you deal with heartbreak?
Fuck you, Victoria Fox, you cock-sucking motherfucker, bro. Still thinking about her. I've been a lot better with it. I've been a lot better. I'm talking like very small. Long story short,
Time heals all wounds, bro. You know, like
no. Time does heal all wounds, but I've also been healing myself as well. I've been working on it a lot. But no, time definitely does heal all wounds.
Yeah, bro. You know,
definitely does heal all wounds.
No, it really does. There's a lot of things that like, you know, when it happens in the moment, you think it's the death of you. You think it's the end of you. You think like I can't, bro, I can't overcome this thing. You know. No, go. I don't care.
No, I look back, bro. I look back on like, bro, I can't believe, like, bro, I'm so mad at myself for the last 4 messages I sent her. Simping. Yeah. I'm so mad, bro. In that moment, bro, you're like, it just feels good to send the text message. I love you so much. You know, I'm gonna miss you. Like, and now I look back on that, bro. I'm like, what was that sorry performance out of you, Jacob? What the fuck? What was that? Like, you know, like...
Because it's not you in that moment.
No, it's not
you. It's your emotions. It's your it's all the weaker parts of you. You know what I'm saying? It really is. It's all the parts of you that you don't want to bring to light, and in that moment they're a little stronger than the version of you that you want to show.
Super strong, bro. But I'm ready to. So, bro, my opinion of materialistic things, bro, is completely changed now. Like, we went out to dinner with someone the other day, and they were wearing a Rolex, and they were asking us for advice. And respect to him, he's done a great job in his life. But I was thinking about where we're kind of at and what we bring to the table. It made me think about the Ocho clip. You know?
Yeah.
It's almost like, bro, I honestly think, bro, that I want to be the rich guy that wears, like, white t-shirts, no watch, drives a regular car. Like, I almost want to be that guy because, bro, like, it's not about... I don't want to be proud of anything that I'm wearing. I want to be proud of the purpose that I have in my life, bro. And the mission that I'm on. Like, bro, when I really think about my mission, is like my mission, like wearing Ferragamo and Gucci. Like, yeah, bro, maybe parts of it is, but like, it's a crazy transition that I'm going through now, bro, of like, you know, when you don't have anything, all you want to do is have a watch because you just want to feel like you belong.
Yeah.
But like, we found our purpose, you know, and like, I don't even want to belong anymore, bro. I just want to do my purpose, and that's it. Everything else is gone. I'll say one story, bro, because it's a beautiful story. It's about so there's a regular guy, and he wants to become a monk, and to become a monk, there's 239, I don't remember the exact word, let's call it disciplines. There's 239 things that he needs to do strict. Doesn't get in cars, doesn't watch TV, doesn't wear regular clothes. Like, there's all these strict things, right? And through that process of having these 239 disciplines, these hard things, he becomes a very strong man. Because how do you not, you know? How do you not when you don't have any vices left and there's nowhere to turn to for entertainment or pleasure or instant gratification? You become hard because you realize that there's more to life than your sensory pleasures. So this monk becomes a very hard man. Long story short, starts a monastery. That monastery right now is from the story, the leading they bring people in for addiction, and they have like a 95% success rate.
Wow.
So in America, like, if you go see a psychiatrist for addiction, maybe your success rate is like 30%, 40%, you know. Theirs is 95%. And it's because this guy's will is stronger than all these people, than his patient's needs for... His human will is stronger than his patient's addiction.
Yeah.
You know? And
vices. Yeah.
The reason why it is that way is because he's gone. You know, when you become a monk, bro, like, you let go of everything. I can't even believe, they're like superheroes to me. They're family. They can't marry anyone, bro. 239 disciplines he let go of. The only thing that he's left to do here, bro, in the world is help people cure their addictions. And I bring that up because I want to be that guy. I don't want to be the fucking... Like, I don't care for being good looking anymore, you know? I don't care for having the nicest watch. I mean, like, I understand really, bro, what I don't care for is I don't care for letting other people know that I'm doing this. I just want to do it. I don't care anymore, bro, about like, look at me. No, it's like, bro, my purpose is stronger than my need for you to tell me how great I am. I just want to be great from now on, you know? So that's, I think, a nice thing to end the podcast on. And, you know, you can give your thoughts. It's like, bro, because of social media, there's this like insane ego gratification of like doing something isn't enough anymore. If you do something, you need to hear from this person and this person and this person on the highest level, 1 million people, how great you are. And I realized, bro, the people that are truly great, bro, the Kobes, the LeBrons, the Max Verstappens, they don't give a shit what you think about them. They're busy being NBA Finals MVPs, you know. They're busy being great, and that's the way that I want to live my life, bro. When I wake up tomorrow morning, I have an ego and I have a need, and I want people to like me, and I want people to tell me, Jake, you're so this, you're so that, but it's so vain. Because how many people have slid in your DM and have told you how great you are? And you know what it meant to you? Is nothing. It meant nothing to you. Because life is more than your ego. It's way more. So now I want to tap into my purpose. And I want to live in that place. So yeah, so that's my end of the podcast. That was a beautiful story, bro, about your mom.
Thank you.
That was a beautiful story about your mom. We good 2 episodes, bro, for us, you know? Yeah. Less. I mean, I know we went for clips. I mean, I'm drunk, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really even know what I'm doing, but it was a good 2 podcasts. I look forward to for us to not have to go for clips anymore. Yeah. And just be able, bro, we deserve to interview Jordan Peterson, whoever the fuck we want right here, right now. No one's doing it like we're doing it. If you guys agree, comment, like, subscribe. Send it to Jordan Peterson. Thank you guys for watching. It means a lot. And I'll tell you this much: when we do make it, we're not going to switch up. And I do think that we have to do a better job personally of pouring into people that are fucking with us. Because I met some girl at the gym today, and I could tell she was going through a tough time. Big fan today at the gym. I could tell she was going through a tough time, and I was like, bro, just if I just work out with her next week, it would mean nothing to me. But for her, it would mean the fucking world, bro. So I think that's something for us to do moving forward is to just pour into the community, and it's something we will do. We haven't had much of a community up until now, but like once everything is all said and done, like we will make sure that we're not only relatable because we speak on fucking TikToks and Instagram Reels. We're relatable because we'll also be throwing events and meeting you guys and seeing how much we can help.